Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be a great idea to teach you guys how to make bomb, the best Mexican red rice. Okay, my husband loves the way that I make this and a lot of questions on how I make it. So let's go to the ingredients. So first we're gonna start off with powdered chicken broth. I think it's pronounced like bouillon or something like that. It's like French. I don't know how to say it, but this is the tomato flavored one. And it does have to be this brand, okay? Nor Suiza, you're Mexican. You know, these two things are a staple in your household. So I also use this one. It's the chicken flavored one. Amazing. I also use some oil. I like the brand Masola. It says it's freaking cholesterol free, so I'm just gonna go with that. Also, I use a little bit less than half of an onion. I use one medium-size-ish garlic clove. I also use 2 tomatoes and a half. Now, this is what I use to measure my rice. So if you do 1 cup rice, you're gonna do 2 cups water. But this is just the perfect measurement for my family size or whatever. And of course, here's the cutting board and the knife. Wait, we cannot forget the rice, okay? This is the rice. It is in a little container like this. Most people, me, my family, we keep the rice as home decor. It's just always sitting at the top of our countertops. The brand that I use is called Mahatma. It's the jasmine rice. It's long grained rice and I really, really love it. I think the rice comes out even better than it would for like other brands that the rice is like really like stumpy-ish, I guess you can say. So I already washed my ingredients, but let's get to that part. So to wash them, I just use a little bit of water. Some people put soap. I don't put soap. I just put a little bit of water. Now I don't wash the onion or the garlic clove. I mean, you can, I guess, if you think that's gross, but I think it's fine. Now I'm gonna set all my stuff aside. That way I can use the cutting board now and get the proportions right for the blender to work its magic. So for the onion, I'm just gonna chop this last piece of it off, this little nasty. I'm just gonna chop it like that, and I'm just gonna cut it in half, or in cubes, I guess, just so that the blender is able to blend it a little bit better. Now for my tomatoes, I hate this little part right here. I don't know about y'all, but I always cut it off. I cut off both sides. And as well, I cut this in fourths, just so that it will chop up a little bit better. This one is already in a half, but I still cut up the end and cut it in half. Same thing with this one. So for the garlic clove, I don't know why. I don't know if you're meant to do this or not, but I'm weird like that. I like to cut off the ends. It makes me feel a little bit better about what I'm doing. So I cut off the ends like so. So always when I make the rice, I try to prepare all of this stuff first, just so that it will make the process faster when I actually need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way, and I'm gonna grab my pan and get the party started. So this is the pan that I use. I don't know what brand or what something. I mean, I'm sure it's a good one because it's lasted me for 2 years already. So I'm just gonna put the stove on high for now, just so that this will start, you know, heating up. I am gonna add some oil. Now the oil, I don't know exactly how much you would put. If I asked my mom, because she's the one who made me learn this recipe, not made me, but you know, she would just say al puro tanteo, just go for it, whatever, ahí como caiga. But I'm just gonna tell you guys the same thing. So now pan is hot and ready to go, I'm just gonna pour some oil. Just gonna pour it like so. Just enough for the rice to be able to become toasted. Now, I'm gonna grab my rice and I am going to measure it with this little gravy thingy material. I'm only gonna add, ooh girl, an explosion. I am gonna add this in here. It's ready. And no, I do not wash my rice. There is some people that they like to wash their rice. I don't care if I don't see that it's dirty, if I don't see anything in it, I am not gonna wash it. So I'm gonna add the rice into the pan with the garlic clove. So I'm gonna just grab a spoon. I like to use little big ones like this. My mama gave this to me. She said it was for rice, so I use it for the rice. And I'm just gonna stir this up a little bit. Just let that all marinate in the oil. Girl. Now, moving on this way, we are not gonna need this anymore, so I'm just gonna set this aside. I am gonna add my ingredients in here. So I'm gonna add my tomato. I'm gonna add now my onion. And I already did wash my hands, guys, okay? Don't think this is nasty. It's not, okay? I make sure I wash my hands. Now, I am also gonna add a little spoon. This is like a teaspoon, okay? I don't use like a whole big old spoon of this in there. So I guess this is a big spoon, I don't know. Of that one, of the tomato flavored one. And now I'm gonna use the caldo de pollo, the chicken flavored one. And as you can see, I usually keep spoons in there, but that one is too little for me to keep a spoon in it. So I'm just gonna add one of these like that. So Mama always told me that to make things easier to chop up in the blender, you gotta put a little bit of water. So I'm gonna grab my water and I'm just gonna pour it directly into the blender. It's just to give it more ability to be able to be blended. So I'm gonna blend this all together. So this is gonna be the paste that I put into my rice. So now the paste is ready. Now we're gonna move back into our pot over here with the rice. And what you want is for your rice not to burn. You just want it to look really toasty. Okay, and by toasty, I don't mean yellow, I mean really toasty. Like a little bit of brown in there, yellowy brown color. And also, you want the garlic clove to look brownish, like it's been grilled or whatever. So once this gets toasty enough, I will be back. Okay, so the video is now toasted. I ended up having to add ½ cup more just because I have more people in my household today, but that's okay because this is enough. So I had it cooking the whole time at 4.5-ish or 5, whatever, just until it got really toasty. If you can see, this is like a really nice brownish-y color. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna grab this paste or mixture or whatever, and we are gonna add it in here. Now, if you make a mess, don't worry about it. Now you're gonna mix all your rice into this little mixture. It should start simmering. Clean up your little excess, you know. Now we're gonna add the water. So I'm gonna do 2 of these because I added 1 of these, and I'm gonna do 2 of these because I added 1 of these. So here's my water. So I add it in here only because I wanted to clean off the edges and anything that didn't come out of there. I don't know, Mexican hack for y'all. So here is 1. Here is the next one. Now I'm gonna add both of these. Now, I will be adding it into my rice. So as you can see, it's kind of simmering a little bit right here in the middle. So it's gonna do that because, you know, it's trying to get hot for the rest of this. Okay, now as you can see in here now, it is simmering. It doesn't look like a boil, you know, it's a simmer. So we're just gonna add the water. And it cleaned out this real well. So I'm gonna mix in here a little bit like that, just so that all the rice can get all that goodness of the little caldito, you know, all that little broth. We're gonna let this come to a medium-ish boil / simmer. Once it does that, we're gonna taste it. Now, my mom always told me, you gotta taste it. Whatever your broth or your little soup, caldo, whatever that tastes like, that's what your rice is gonna taste like. So if it needs a little bit more boudin or whatever, this little powdered broth, then I'm gonna add some more of this one or whatever one. Usually I try to add a little bit more of the chicken flavored one, just because this one gives it a lot of color and I don't want my rice to look literally like red, you know? So I add this one and it tastes so good. So while we're waiting on that, I'm just gonna bring up this to a high just so that it simmers or boils or whatever a little bit faster than it would if you left it on medium. And that doesn't really matter. I mean, it just speeds up, you know, the process. Go, go, go. Okay, so now that you see this is up to a simmer already, now we're gonna grab our spoon and we're gonna taste the little soup situation. Perfect. But like I said, if you feel like yours doesn't have a nice amount of this stuff to give it flavor, then you can add another half of one of these little spoons or whatever. But now that this is like this and it tastes real delightful, I'm gonna cover it. You're gonna see it become like this. Your house should smell amazing at this point. And you're gonna bring it all the way to the lowest setting of your stove. Some people believe that you bring it to a medium. No, girlfriend, you are gonna go all the way low because the longer it takes for this rice to puff up or whatever, the better it's gonna taste, the softer it's gonna be. Some people's rice, it ends up being kind of hard, and that is not what you want to get out of this. So this is gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes just like this until it is all ready. And literally just like that, it cooks on its own. But whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not uncover this rice, okay? No matter what anybody says, do not uncover the rice. I will be back when my kitchen is clean and when the rice is ready so you can see me taste it. So our rice is now ready. It's been about 20 minutes-ish. This is the first time that we open it, and this whole time, remember that. So I'm just gonna pour some in here, and we're gonna see how this tastes. Nice, soft, great flavor, great taste, delicious. So as you can see, it is expanded. It is so good. I hope you guys all love this recipe. If you guys did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.